It's August 2018 as we record this segment, and I was surprised and delighted to find that this month an article I wrote became the cover story in Auto Dealer Today magazine. I mean, for compliance geeks like me, that's like making the cover of the Rolling Stone. The title of the article was "Dealer Principal is Big Brother." And what's interesting about Big Brother is this. This is how I started the article. George Orwell immortalized the notion of an all-seeing and intrusive government as Big Brother in his classic novel 1984. I just started rereading that after I wrote this article. And what surprised me, rereading the novel 1984, which I last read in 1984, was that the technology that Orwell described was science fiction when he wrote it. It was still science fiction when I first read it. But today, it's reality. Orwell talks about Big Brother monitoring everyone through a television that can look both ways, or bugs in your apartment that can hear you at all times. And if that sounds like Weeping Angel TVs or your digital personal assistant, Alexa, on your coffee table, well, maybe Orwell was a prophet too. What we talk about in this article is what rights do dealers have to be Big Brother? What rights do dealers have to monitor the communications of their employees? And the answer is a lot. In fact, in most states, you only need the consent of one party to a communication to record it. We call those one-party states. In a minority of states, we call them two-party states, you actually have to have the consent of everyone involved in a conversation in order to record it. I'm recording this from Tampa, Florida. Florida is a two-party, or more properly, an all-party consent state. So I can't just record conversations of my employees without their knowledge. I have to have their knowledge and their consent, and if they're on the phone with our customers or end users, we would need everybody's consent in order to record the conversation. Other all-party consent states are California, Washington State, Nevada, Montana, let me look here, Illinois, appears to be Pennsylvania. That's not an exhaustive list, but it's most of them. That means that in most of the country, you may be able to record a conversation with only one party's consent. Now, you see this very often, or hear it, when you call a customer service desk and you hear a recorded message saying, "This conversation may be recorded for quality control and training purposes." By continuing with the conversation, you're tacitly giving consent to being recorded. And that recording can be very valuable to a dealer. You want to make sure that your employees are representing your goods and services in an accurate and truthful manner. You use these recordings for training purposes. Did you notice, Chad, that you say every other word? Did you notice, Chad, that you constantly talked over the customer? Recordings can be very, very valuable, but they can also be very, very illegal when you don't have everyone's consent or you otherwise violate a reasonable expectation of privacy. I won't go into all of the details here. To get those, check out the current cover story of Auto Dealer Today, Dealer Principal as Big Brother.